Okay, now you have seen that programming is indeed not that difficult. What you have to do is just open a file, input some text there, save the file, and run the GCC to compile that program, and then you can run that. These are the general steps you have to follow: open, input, save, compile, and run. We are doing exactly here is it's like the punch car programming. Open a file, it's like we are preparing a new car. The input text is like we're punching holes. Save the file means the car is ready, we can save the car to the box. Then we feed that car to the reader. It's like we are compiling the files to translate those languages into the machine language of 0 and 1 and translate them into the real instructions the machine can understand. So then we can run the file. It's like we're running the calculator for the result. So probably you have already noticed that there is a new word I'm using, the compiling. So what is the compiling actually? The compiling is a process to translate the programming language to the machine language. That means 0 and 1 instructions. So this has been done by the compiler. It's an interpreter between these two languages there. Right now, I think we're at a better position talking about what the programming is from a system perspective. We have seen, I would say that from outside, to look at the program, the programming is just about the inputs and outputs. Program is something you gave some inputs to your program and it will output something. But in our first example playing the sound, we don't actually give any inputs there, but the system gave us the hello world printed out on the screen and the beep 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 3 sounds there. That's the outputs. And sometimes this program actually you can use to input a name Jack, and output will be given as hello Jack, something like that. This another program. Anyway, in a more general sense, you will see other programs like this machine translation program, which will translate your English inputs to the Chinese outputs. So, for some of the app, like the beauty camera, which could help you to process your images inputs to the images outputs. Anyway, this is like cooking. You gave some inputs, the ingredients, and the program will help you to do the cooking, and then you have the outputs, the dishes. And those inputs can be in any of the forms, like it could be files, text, images, audios, videos, and outputs, and can be also different types of media there. So that's from outside point of view. From inside point of view, the program is about logic. As I have told several times, programming is about the logic flow. Logic flow is something like how do you do the thing following steps. For example, in this program, the logic is the step 1, you ask for a name and user input his name for you, and then step 2, that's step 2, user inputs a name. Then the step 3, the program will say hello to that name. Then that's the end of the program. But this is a very simple logic. We will have much more complicated logic later. So that's it. Okay, I've already summarized. Okay, here I already summarized some of the steps you can follow, And to program by yourself, you have actually you have to install the GCC as a compiler, so you can do this. Anyway, you can pause this video, and we actually have another tutorial help you to set up the environment. In case you already did that, you can follow the steps. This is to test if the GCC is there. And then once you have GCC, you could program following the steps I've already demonstrated, and you can run the program, the Hello World program. And if you have done that, congratulations, now you are a real C programmer. Okay, that's it. However, you probably will see that yes, I can now program in C. However, the coding process is in the terminal. It looks cool, but it's still boring, isn't it? Yes, it is. Actually, there is something called IDE with the graphic interface. You can. It looks like something like here. Um, you can input the code there, and there is buttons help you to run, help you to compile. It's much easier. We will show you how to do it later. And also, here are actually something called online C compiler. Where you don't have to install the GCC, you can use it directly on the web pages. It looks like this, and you can input the code there and try the program we have demonstrated. This is much easier. Okay, that's it. The reason I haven't told you about this online compiler is I hope you can do it start from scratch. If you can do this way, you can do the easier way, definitely.